Day 67 of 365 days of meditation, and not a ton to report. Today's practice, about an hour and 15 minutes or so. Did probably about an hour and a bit sitting, and then I spent the last maybe 10 minutes. After I meditated, I lied down on the ground for another 10 minutes and just sort of, I don't know, integration practice, just kind of rested. But yeah, not a lot to report. I find that, my mind is pretty restless beginning of the practice. It's interesting. I don't know if there has been like an increase in the sort of restlessness or the volume of thought or my level of distraction lately, or if it's simply I'm just more aware of how distracted I am and how distractible I am by my own mind. I don't find the practice difficult, but I do find myself almost wanting to avoid it. Like prior to doing it, I feel this resistance to doing it, and then while I'm in it, I feel like these thoughts creep in, like I could just, I don't have to do this, I could just quit, I could just stop, I could cut this one short. I'm noticing that chatter. I don't succumb to it. At least I have not yet at this point. I don't plan to. So, yeah, just an interesting observation. But that's really it. If I kind of sit through that, and usually after half hour, 45 minutes, sometimes sooner, but usually half hour, 45, I'm out the other side and at least intermittently going in and out of a sort of quiet, relaxed state where there is no thoughts going on, or very few. At least it's not as frantic and hectic, and there's less sort of a sensation of anxiety and restlessness in the body. But yeah, like I said, nothing profound to report. That's just sort of general observations. In terms of mental health, I'm finding myself in a pretty good state. I've been sleeping a lot. It's interesting. My wife actually asked me, "Are you depressed?" Because I've been like sleeping. When I do sleep, I could put back 10, 11 hours, no problem. Not every day, but there are days when I can do that. And I definitely don't feel depressed at all. It's just, I don't know if the quality of sleep is optimal, or just all the travel and kind of screwing up my sleep-wake cycle might have something to do with it. Holiday gatherings, all that kind of stuff, staying up late, essentially. But yeah, maybe the volume of work I have to do right now is creating a little bit of anxiety, which might be affecting sleep. Although I find I sleep pretty sound. I'm out for the most part. So yeah, maybe the other theory I have is just there's some rewiring of the brain going on, and as a result, it takes a tremendous amount of energy, so I have to sleep a lot. I heard I don't think it's to the extent of the story I'm going to share, but I heard from somebody I met a long time ago that they were born deaf, essentially, and severe hearing impairment, and they got hearing aids for the first time at like 35 years old or something. So it was the first time they could hear things like, the sound of the drawers opening, or a door opening and closing, or the sound of the rain. And they mentioned to me how they could sleep like 12 to 14 hours a night, because there was so much new sensory input that was coming in. Their brain was doing so much rewiring even at that age, that they slept a tremendous amount in order to, I guess, facilitate that rewiring that was going on. So who knows, maybe my brain's doing a bit more rewiring than normal, and as a result it requires a bit more time unconscious and maybe in a sleeping state, and maybe because it uses a tremendous amount of energy to do that, it just requires more rest. I don't know, just a theory. Anyway, that's it for today. If you're struggling at all with your mental health, do what I'm doing right now. Talk to somebody, talk to somebody, talk to somebody. I can definitely say from my own experience, the first time I talked to somebody about mental health, I had a lot of reluctance to do so. And, you know, I made a big deal out of it. It wasn't a big deal. And every time I talk to somebody about it after the fact, it's just easier and easier. And at this point, it almost just feels normal. Yeah. Definitely reducing the stigma within my own mind, that's for sure. So maybe there's another sort of insight about maybe more recording these videos than anything. But yeah, the more I talk about it, the easier it is to talk about it. So if you are struggling with your mental health, talk to somebody, talk to somebody, talk to somebody. Can do you a world of good, ways that you wouldn't even dream of. That's it for today. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.